This is Chris K with your Core Tuesday Food for Thought. For today's Core Tuesday, I want to address the plank exercise. As everyone that works out at Peak Fitness knows, for those that don't, we love the plank exercise. We feel like this is a big part of our ab circuits and a big part of the things that we do. But the form with the plank is kind of often screwed up and maligned. So we want to look at this and just some ways that we can progress the plank to its ultimate potential. So the first thing that you want to think about with a plank is just coming into a push-up position. Okay? What I want to think about doing is tucking my elbows into my side, pressing my feet together, pressing my knees together. I'm trying to generate as much physical tension as I can. So before you ever leave the ground, your abs should be tight, your butt cheeks should be tight, you should be screwing your hands into the ground, meaning I'm turning them in like this. I'm feeling like my lats, my butt, my abs, everything is tight, so I'm generating as much tension as possible, so when I come into the plank, there's basically no wasted energy. Okay, and again, the same thing can be done to your elbows. Okay, if I just kind of turn the elbows out a little bit, but the point being is that I'm tensing everything up as much as I can, still being able to breathe, but being able to keep my back flat like a table. Alright, now the standard is the ability to hold in just a static plank for 60 seconds. Alright, once that is the case, we can move to what we call our level 2 planks, okay, where we start to incorporate extremity movement. Alright, so in this case, an example would be movement of the legs. And notice with this that I'm moving very slow and with control. Okay, I'm not moving quick. Okay, I'm not losing form. Okay, and the thing is, the slower you move, the more we're going to allow our body to just kind of generate force. So move slow, press into the ground, come back. Move slow, press into the ground. When we press into the ground, that really helps us to kind of generate the tension necessary to keep the force in our abs. Okay, and that's what we're looking for there. Now, once again, when we can perform, say a 60-second plank with the leg movement there, okay, we're going to move on to what we call a level 3 plank, okay, which would incorporate extremity movement of both ends, right? So, crawl forward with my hands, crawl out with my feet. So, once again, this is a little bit harder because we're having to stabilize against various movement of the limbs while staying stable. Still with this, same rules apply. I'm still pressing into the ground the same way, still keeping my abs tight. I'm just making sure that my back stays flat like a table. Alright? Now, again, when we hit 60 seconds there, we can start to incorporate instability. Okay, and with this, a couple tools that we like, stability balls, medicine balls, and even rings. I'm not going to demonstrate that today because they're too high, but the first thing that I like to do is just elevate one hand on a stability ball. Right? This kind of reduces our base of support a little bit, gives us a little bit different stimulus. And again, you can start taking yourself back through the same progression. I can incorporate different movements. Start with the legs, move to two extremity movements. And then, again, another one that we like a lot is the stability ball. This is a really tough one, but again, the same rules apply. Leg movement, tuck the knees in, whatever it may be, and then things with the ball itself. Alright, so to recap, back flat like a table, everything as tight as possible. When you can do 60 seconds of one level, start statically, move on to movement of one side or the other, move on to both sides, and eventually start to incorporate instability to really just tone everything up for the ultimate planking exercise. Thanks again.